primary resident of the village of Walkerville. So I called Sheriff Mass and I asked him if he would do a driver's license check to see where his primary residence was. Sheriff Mass said that he couldn't do that without probable cause. So he said, but I'll get back to you in a few days. So then he had spoken to prosecuting attorney Joe Bison. And Mr. Bison said that I could ask for proof of residence on a driver's license as long as I asked the whole board. So he told me how to write out the FOIA request, and I followed his instruction, FOIA'd the whole board for a proof of residence via the driver's license. All the board was acceptable to it except for the 3 members that weren't there. So Mr. Yancey emailed Gail Merton and sent a copy of the Michigan FOIA request to her and said that they didn't have to reveal that information. So Mrs. Merton mailed it back to me and I copied it out. It's 30 pages long, the Michigan FOIA Act is. So I read through the 30 pages and there was a page on page 5 and page 8 that verified what Mr. Bison had told me. So I called Sheriff Mass back and I wanted to confirm what Sheriff Mass had said to me. And Sheriff Mass said, and I said, I want to have a meeting with Mr. Bison. And Sheriff Mass said, Joe Bison is out for the remainder of the week. This was on a Thursday. He'll be back on Monday. I'll arrange for you to speak with him. So I did speak with him. Mr. Mass called me back in the afternoon and he said, Mr. Bison is on the phone. We'll have a 3-way conversation. Is that acceptable to you? I said, yes, it is. And so I went through I read the email that Mr. Yancey mailed Mrs. Merton, and I told him that I downloaded the Michigan FOIA Act and that I had a question concerning a paragraph on page 5 and a paragraph on page 8. And he said, well, I can't make a determination on that. I said, well, I'd like to read it to you. I said, you challenged the townships for putting elected officials on the Fireboard. I said, you made a decision on that. I said, you can't make a decision on this. And so 3 times I requested him to make a decision. He wouldn't. He wouldn't even read the 2 paragraphs. So he said, well, you got to go to circuit court. And that'll cost you $175 up front. And whoever loses the case will have to pay all the damages. I said, are you kidding me? Mr. Mass is on the phone. I said, are you kidding me? I had to pay $75 of the citizens' money in order to get a FOIA request that that you can make a decision on page 5 and page 8. And I said, besides, we hired attorneys when you made a decision before against elected officials being on the Fireboard. So